Today we're working on B flat minor in all three forms. Welcome. Welcome to the studio. My name is Cassie and I'm a professional violist and teaching artist. We're continuing our minor scale series today with B flat minor. We're going to do all three forms. First is natural, then harmonic, and then melodic. And I do post all of the sheet music with my fingerings and the notes on Patreon. We would love to have you there. If you would like to join us, the link is in the comments below. So without further ado, we're going to start with our B flat natural minor scale. This shares a key signature with D flat major, so there's lots of flats in this scale. I'm starting this one in second position, so where my low 2 usually goes in first position, I'm going to replace that with my 1, and we'll practice that before we start up the scale. And that's just so my fingering pattern is the same for both octaves, because we're doing 2 octaves of this scale. So starting on 1 is B flat, not touching is 2, low 3 D flat, 4th finger E flat, crossing over to the D string is F, G flat, which is a low 2, A flat, which is a not touching 3, and then we're going to shift up to B flat, which is 5th position if you want to think of it that way, and I'm going to do the same exact pattern there. 1, 2, low 3, 4, 1, low 2, not touching 3, not touching 4. So let's try that. We're going to start in first position, and I'm going to find that B flat in first position first. And then I'm going to scoot up or shift up to second position using my forearm. Make sure it's not just your wrist or your finger that's shifting up. I'm going to find that same exact note with my 1. So if this is first position, shift. And the goal is to have those sound the same. So now that we're in second position, we're going to do that scale 4 beats per bow. And I'll say the note before we play it. So starting on B flat, ready, go. C, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, shift to B flat, C, D flat, E flat, cross over to F, G flat, A flat, B flat, back down, A flat, G flat, F, cross back to E flat, D flat, C, B flat, shift back A flat, G flat, F, B flat, D flat, C, B flat. So again, that's our natural minor form. This is the one that's exactly the same as the key signature of D flat, which has B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. So there's lots of flats in this one. We're going to try that same scale one more time, 2 beats per bow, so we're going just a little bit faster. Keep working on hearing those notes before they happen. It's either a whole step where your fingers don't touch, or it's a half step where they do. So let's do that same process. I'm going to start in first position to find that B flat, then replace it with 1, and then we'll be on our merry way for the scale. Ready, go. Half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, shift a whole step, lastly, we're going to do that same scale, 1 beat per bow. So again, just keep working on hearing those whole steps and half steps. Pre-think it before you play it. Find B flat in first position. Replace. And let's go. Ready? And... So that was our first form of minor, natural minor. We're going to move on to harmonic minor. This is the one that has the augmented second or widened second between the 6th and 7th scale degrees. So in this case, when we start on that B flat in second position, it's going to be the very last note that we play in second position is the A flat becomes an A natural. So in other words, my fingering pattern is 1, 2, low 3, 4, 1, low 2, super high 3, and then we're going to shift up. When we do this in the second octave, it's the same start to the scale. 1, 2, low 3, 4, 1, low 2, super high 3, touching 4. So between the 2 and the 3 is where that augmented second is. So in other words, between the G flat and the A natural is where that augmented second is. Same process, we're going to do 4 beats per bow for this one. Then we'll go to 2, and then we'll go to 1. We really want to make that augmented second wide, so the G flat's going to feel a little bit low, the A natural is going to feel a little bit high. So same process, let's start in first position, find that low 2, replace it, and we'll start on our scale. Ready? Go. Finger B flat, back down, low 2, cross over, shift to A, low 2, feel a little bit awkward doing that really low 2 followed by a really high 3, but I have my tuner on, I'm double checking myself, and I recommend that you do that too. I have the app that I use linked below. It's not sponsored or anything, I just really like it. It's called Tonal Energy Tuner. It's got everything you would ever need for practicing on there. I'm going to set my drone on to B flat now, and we're going to do that same scale, working on matching pitch to that B flat. So find that low 2, replace it with 1, and same scale, 2 beats per bow. Ready? And low 3, low 2, super high 3. way of practicing intonation without the dread of using the tuner, because let's face it, the tuner's always right, we're wrong. It can get a little bit frustrating to use it. So the drone's a really good alternative to that. I was just droning one note. This time we're going to do 1 beat per bow, but I'm going to drone B flat and F, which is the 1st scale degree and the 5th scale degree. And that can also help us with our intonation because it's droning that 5th. So 1 beat per bow, find your low 2, replace it with 1, and same scale, 1 beat per bow. Ready? And... We've made our way through natural minor, harmonic minor. Now we're going to do the final form, melodic minor. If you remember from previous videos, this is a hybrid. So on the way up, the notes that I use are different than on the way down. Descending or going down is natural minor, so we've already done that one. On the way up, the only note that changes from B flat major is that 3rd scale degree, which is D flat as opposed to D natural. So on the way up, it's B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A natural, and then we shift and we do the same exact scale pattern. So again, I'll call out the notes before we do them. Find 2nd position. And we're doing 4 beats per bow to start. Ready? And C, D flat, E flat, F, G natural, A natural, shift, C, D flat, E flat, F, G natural, A natural, B flat. Now it's A flat, G flat, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, E flat, D flat, C. So as you can see, it's got those 2 different forms. And again, generally, if somebody says, play me a minor scale, they're asking for a melodic minor. At least in the string world, that's the case. Same scale, 2 beats per bow. We're almost there. We just have 2 beats and 1 beat to get through, and we'll have played all those B flat minor scales. So find 2nd position. And again, same scale. I won't call any fingers this time, just see if you can remember them. Ready? And... And for our last version of this, I'm going to put back my B flat drone. We're doing 1 beat per bow. And melodic minor, last one. Ready? go. Alright, we made it through. B flat is a really tricky key because there's so many flats. String players don't like flats, so we did it. Congratulations. If you have any questions or things that I didn't cover or things that you're struggling with, post that in the comments below. I really enjoy trying to help from afar. And until next time, happy practicing.